buddy, he called me at first and said, hey, you wanna go canoeing? I'm like, no, I don't wanna go canoeing. I'm so tired from just working all day in the neighborhood. I just didn't have the energy to. So I hung up the phone, thought about it, and called him back, said, hey, I'm on my way down there. I'll meet you at Mad River. And that'd be a time I can get back and hang out with my family because I haven't seen them through the tornado. So as I get on the river, we had a blast, just drinking and hanging out, just a regular day. There's nothing involved and wasn't thinking about nothing, just coming down, call my dad, hang out with my family that I haven't seen, because what we do, we play cards, drink, talk shit. That's just what we do. So as I get out the river, I head to my mom's, I called all my family and say, hey, I'm in town. So everybody came by, we just hung out, was just drinking. And I asked my mom, because she watched my sister's son, and she said, yeah, so I'm like, come on, let's go to Dayton. So I ended up coming home, stopping by the house, having a couple more drinks. He was pretty drunk. I wish he just would have fell asleep at the house, but that wasn't the mission. So we get down to the Oregon district. My dad's already drunk in the car asleep. So I'm like, hey dad, you can just stay in the car. We about to just go in there for a little bit. So he's like, oh no, Dion, you getting out, I'm coming in. So I'm like, all right, come on. So we get out, go to the first bar, Jeanette Peppers. They don't let us in because he had joggers on. So I'm like, okay, we'll go to Newcomb's. So we end up going to Newcomb's. They don't want to let my sister's husband in because she got certain types of pants. So I'm like, man, I just brought my family up from Springfield. I just want to show a good time today. But in all actual reality, I really wish she just would have turned us around and just said, you cannot come in. But it didn't turn out that way. So we make it inside, we're having fun. I'm at the bar with my girl, my dad. He's dancing, if you call it dancing. So, but he's buying all the drinks tonight. It was just a shocking night, but he's just buying all the drinks. And I'm just like, okay then, Bob, because I usually am the one that buying drinks for the family. So, and he gets being protective. Like, I'm at the bar with my girl. He's like, oh, why you looking at me? I'm like, I'm right here, don't worry about it. But, so as we're sitting there having a good time, my sister and her husband, they're off in their own world, having a blast. Here comes security guard. Sir, your dad's been dancing inappropriate. So I'm like, Dad, come on, let's go. So as we all walk out, we're standing right there at the taco stand, but we're still missing two people, my sister and her husband, because they're off in their own world, because, you know, it's her husband's birthday, so they're having a good time. So I go back in the first time, I don't see her. I'm drunk too. When I told the security guard, I said, you know what they look like, can you get them? Once he went back in to get them, it's like when my whole life just flipped upside down. Like we just standing there in the middle of the street. We just seen a guy just walk down the side of the building with a gun and a mask, but I didn't take it serious. So he just came out. I'm just thinking there's cars over here. The police is always parked over in the area with guns. So I'm just like, maybe he's just drunk. You know, people get drunk and do dumb stuff. But I never took it serious. But then he just came out. I mean, he didn't jog or pace or nothing. It was just a regular walk. And he just flipped his gun up and shot a couple times, but there was no panic involved. So I really didn't take it serious. So as he's coming through, like there's a sidewalk and then there's the car, and we're standing in between the cars. He walks through us, but he steps over my girl. I still don't take it serious because I'm like, nobody fell or hit the ground. So I'm just drunk. So as he get across the street on the pepper side, that's when you start to hear like a roll of firecrackers, and you just start seeing people just dispersing and running and screaming in the streets. And I'm just like, oh, this is real. So I'm like, come on, Dad, let's go. Everybody, come on, let's go. But while he's on the ground, I'm just thinking he's just drunk, just on the ground, just in shock. There's a person in front of me saying, can you call the police? I've been in shock. So as I pick my phone up and I call the police, you know, everybody's calling the line. So there's nobody answering. I attend back to my dad, but I'm just like, come on, get up, get up. So I just end up turning my light on my phone. I see his body, I don't see no blood at first. So I'm just like, what are you doing? But he's just looking at me, just looking at me. Like he wanted to say something, but he couldn't get it out, but I'm still just thinking he's drunk. I'm drunk, we just had a good time. So I just got down a little bit more on him and started examining everything, and I looked behind his neck. I just seen blood just coming out the back of his head. And at that moment, I just lost it. He was just looking at me like he wanted to say something, but I said it for him, like, I love you. I just kept holding on to him, just saying, I love you. And the police and everybody trying to grab me, I'm fighting with them because I don't want to let go. So they finally break me off of it and take me to the corner. But I know when they took me over him, he already left earth. So when I finally seen him put the sheet over him, I finally seen him put the sheet over him. I knew it was real, and I just ran back to him. And I just started punching concrete and just losing it. And as the police started to gather us around and to take us to the Dublin pub, it was just like the worst thing ever. It's just like walking on the street, stepping over bodies with sheets over them and blood everywhere. Like it's a vision you'll never get out. So I don't know how long. I don't even know how they were speaking. Like I thought he only got shot one time, and when I got the autopsy report, it was 4 times he got shot. And my dad was in the middle. I was on the left-hand side, and my daughter's mother was on the right-hand side. All he had to do was turn the gun either way, and my daughter could have lost all her family's life that night. So, but my goal here that he left me here is to keep dating, keep the community engaged, and keep all the victims.